I am shorting CADJPY the second it goes above the weekly opening price this week. So if you guys don't know, last week we had the JPY intervention, but not only that, this is the second intervention, and the last times there were interventions, it was always the second one that made the 10% move down. So in the last interventions, there's always two involved before the big move. So there was one in 2022 and then one in 2024. So on the second intervention, it goes above the previous intervention and then it tanks 10%. It did that in 2024 and then also did that in 2022. So this time we are on the quote unquote second intervention, and I am shorting this one for that 10% move down. I tried to short the first one and got a little bit above it, and I ended up getting cooked on that position, on multiple positions by the way. But this week, with the US Treasury buying $5 to $10 billion of the Japanese yen, other countries are helping buy the Japanese yen to bring up the strength of it because it is a pretty valuable country in the world. I am shorting it the second it goes above the weekly open this week. So any JPY pair is good enough for me, but specifically CADJPY. Why CADJPY? Because Canadian dollar is in a very bad position and they're looking to cut rates in September. So leading up into that, I need to be in ahead of time. So there's many pairs that you can short. I think the worst pairs right now to short is AUDJPY and NZDCAD and then CHFJPY, because those currencies, they haven't tanked that hard as CADJPY. And in the previous interventions, they didn't tank as hard as CADJPY. CADJPY tanked last time out around almost 12%. I'm not trying to catch the whole entire move, but I am trying to make sure I get that 10% move. I'm going to be risking around 20 to 35% of my account on this trade. I'm trying to get a crazy entry because the last time these interventions happened, there was barely any retrace. The second it got above that weekly open to some kind of gap or some kind of PD array, it shorts, and it shorts for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And I am going to be in that with the most amount of size possible because there's so much confluence around this trade. I literally have countries buying this trade like alongside my trade. So I'm buying with big money. So therefore, this trade is very, very high conviction. So that means it needs real size. I know I've been very inactive, but that's just because I've been learning a lot more about fundamentals and how to enter them before these things happen ahead of time, so I can really get a good entry, because by the time the news actually comes out, that move's already done. So I've just been working on how I can figure out how to enter these trades, and I can do it before news events if it's important enough, or I can wait until after news events